People reveal the creepiest things that happen to them on road trips part 2. Before that, subscribe. One driver found a road lined with headless chickens. From Redditor/u/deuces cracked. The creepiest has to be here in Thailand. Pitch black village, cloudy night, no electricity out in the overgrown forest boonies. Turn down a dirt and gravel road and headlights reveal nested rows of beheaded chickens. One man said the ghost of his mother stopped his truck before it crashed into a pileup. From a former Redditor. This story is from my grandpa. He's a retired long-distance truck driver, and he often drove throughout the night and early hours of the morning over unfamiliar roads. This one particular day, when my grandpa was in his 30s, it was between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m., and he was driving down a twisting country road that was so narrow only one vehicle could fit at a time. If two vehicles met from different directions, one would have to pull off the road to let the other pass. The road was empty save for my grandpa. On the right side of the road, there was thick woodland, and on the left, open fields and a lake. There were no street lights. The only light came from my grandpa's truck and the moon. It was pretty lonely. My granddad was going steadily down the road, and going a bit faster than he should have. When my grandpa said this, I always took it to mean he was blazing down the road as fast as the truck could go. He was listening to the radio and probably not paying much attention when he suddenly felt hands on his shoulders and a voice whisper his name in his ear so close that he felt the breath on his skin. He recognized the voice. It belonged to his mother, who had passed away a few years previously. Naturally, this spooked my grandpa, and he instinctively hit the brakes. Seconds later, his headlights lit up a pile of 3 crashed cars that took up the entire road. My grandpa stopped just short of the wreckage. If he hadn't braked when he did, he would have plowed straight into the cars. The occupants in the crashed cars were all severely injured, and my grandpa was able to get emergency help. Had he joined the pileup, it probably would have meant a more dire outcome for all of them. There's a number of explanations for what my grandpa heard and felt, but my grandpa truly believes it was his mother giving him a warning. A mother and child had the road just end on them. From Redditor/u/Chezarasura. I was driving from California to Ohio with my mom, and we were somewhere in the middle of South Dakota. The sun had gone down and my check engine light had recently come on when the highway just ended. The entire road was under construction and had been completely removed. All that remained was a dirt road with the occasional orange sign. We were the only car in sight, and there were no buildings or any sign of life around. The combination of the dirt road, total darkness beyond our headlights, and the check engine light made for the longest white-knuckle drive of my life. One person felt like they were driving through hell. From Redditor/u/Endoworker. Pulling into the Bakken oil field in North Dakota. I was in a large RV pulling a truck. I just turned off a road that didn't seem to exist. Dirt, huge holes, and small boulders in the road. Road construction, GPS said. Happily, I pulled onto this 2-lane highway at 1 a.m. No one was on the road but huge Mad Max-looking tractor trailers passing me at 80 miles per hour. The wind was whipping my tin can around like it had a grudge. I crested a large hill, and all I saw were low-lying clouds glowing orangish red. The hills all had huge flames coming out of them, flares for natural gas burn off. The scene was like hell. Driving for hours through a valley populated only by fire and demonic trucks with an orange sky in a land 2,000 miles from my own. One person saw a car on fire. From Redditor/u/RandomFan286. We were on our way back home and saw a whole car on fire on the side of the road. No idea why, but it was creepy because we didn't know if the people were around or anything. One driver saw a meteor explode. From Redditor/u/7leagueboots. It wasn't inexplicable by any means, but I was coming back from giving a presentation in northern Vermont in late February in 2012 at about 10 or 10:30 p.m. Snow everywhere, extremely clear sky, bright stars, etc. All of a sudden, there was this enormous blue flash of light that lit everything up from horizon to horizon, sort of like a blue emergency light, but immensely stronger. A meteor had come down and exploded high overhead, illuminating everything briefly. The meteor itself turned out to have been visible from Norfolk to Ottawa, but only a few places got lit up like Vermont did.